If you're one of the players out there who was hoping that Crypt was going to become a sub $50 Magic card, prepare to have your dreams shattered. Not only is it not going to be sub $50, the rebound coming in for this card is going to happen hard. It is going to happen fast. And in today's video, we are going to discuss what's happening with Crypt, why it's going to rebound so quickly, and what players need to know in case they decide to sell this card. Just like a movie plotline that you've seen before somewhere, it's kind of repetitive, but it was enjoyable enough that you just have to know how it ends. So you sit down with your nachos and cheese and you start munching away, just indulging in the story and waiting to get to that final conclusion, even though you know what the answer to the story is going to be. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. A reminder that this video is brought to you by my amazing patrons here on the channel, my YouTube membership members, and all the fans out there who watch the channel every day. And if you enjoyed today's content, consider subscribing to the channel, turning on your notification bells, giving the videos a thumbs up, as there's new content here each and every day of the week. So Crypt, a couple of weeks ago, I did a video discussing that this card was probably going to rebound pretty quickly. The way Wizards of the Coast plays this game, they know the value attached to this card. They know how desirable it is, particularly in Commander, and they know players want to get their hands on it. So do you make it an easy card to get? Do you make it just go into every pack? Of course not. And we discussed that 2 weeks ago. But now the information's coming in. I've got the data. I've got the information coming from stores, players, people who've already opened boxes. And this card, the Crypt, is still really hard to get. That's the easiest way to tell you guys this. It is very difficult to crack it. To actually get one of the alt versions or the neon inks, it's all crazy to get. So if you're expecting to get one in a box or one in 2 boxes, you're going to be out of luck, Chuck. It is going to be difficult. Now, what does that mean, though? Well, locally, stores who started selling this card on pre-order for $200, and they only had like 5-6 copies available, they all sold out instantly. And they've already jacked the price back up to $300 and $400, depending on which version you're looking for. The low-end neon ink, or of course just the alt version. Now, that also means that all the players out there, all the guys who own these cards and said, I'm going to sell mine now at the high, and I'm going to pick it up when it's low. Maybe I'll get the new neon ink version when it goes dirt cheap, because it's going to be like an $80 card. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to lay the cards out against the house and say you lost, but you did. I warned people about how quick this card was going to rebound, about how Wizards plays a game like this. The chips were stacked against people, and it is really becoming a fast reality that the little gully of value we're seeing right now, the little bit of a lowering of price, it is going to rebound quicker than most players will be able to recover from. Because let's face it, a small channel like mine reporting on this is not going to get the news out to as many people as may need to know what's going to happen with this card. When you look at the card and the different variations, and players may have sold a double masters version, maybe they sold off a judge promo foil, maybe they even went ahead and got rid of their mystery box version, saying, hey, I can get like 200 and change bucks right now, Canadian. That's amazing. That's like, what, $140 US? That's a great deal. 150 bucks, great. When this card goes like, 80, 90 bucks, I'll buy it back. It'll be amazing. So they go, they sell their card, they get some trade in, they got some options there, they spend a little bit of the money, maybe they're keeping the rest on the books, hoping to buy the card back. It makes perfect sense. Because Wizards, when they reprint things, the reprint cards go down in value. We have a whole history of this year. This year has been like reprint nightmare for some people losing value, reprint heaven for other people trying to get those cards. So now, it didn't work out that way. The card's hard to get. It's really hard to crack. So you have to open a lot of boxes to even get a couple of them. To even see like 4 or 5 of them. I saw some on my Discord. I reached out to a whole bunch of stores and asked questions. The guys who did box openings, have already cracked boxes, have let me know. And some people, yes, have not gotten them yet, so I haven't got responses back from everyone. And I didn't hit up every store I deal with because some have such a small amount that they're not cracking any boxes, I figure. So I hit most of the bigger stores up that I deal with, and yeah. This card is going to rebound is the easiest way to say it. The regular versions won't rebound as quickly. That's true. But the alt versions for the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, it's pretty cool artwork, I got to admit, those cards, guys, they're gonna come back quickly, and they're not gonna be cheap. Like I said, here locally, the cards have already started spiking back up from the $200 to $300 level. Even the Moxman here, I figured after what happened with the Imperial Seal when it got reprinted, and I bought it from Double Masters. What was it? Double Masters 2022 came out, and I said, "Oh, I got to get that card. I can't believe it's finally going this cheap." And I paid like $220 with taxes, and I figured, with Mana Crypt finally being reprinted, even I said, I'm not going to buy it yet, it's going to drop. But even me, like everyone else, I can be wrong. I knew it was going to be harder to get than what people believed, but I still thought it might hit the 130 Canadian mark. It's not going to happen. Much as I want it to, it's not going to happen. And if you look at your local store, especially if you're here in Canada, some of your places in the US, if you look, there's not a lot of copies for sale, if any. Here locally in Toronto, there's nothing. They're all sold out. There's a couple of versions of the Ixalan Neon Ink stuff, right? Or the alternate version, just the black one, right? But those are still like $240, $250 Canadian. I think only face-to-face games had any. I think 401 sold out the couple they had at like $200 before they jacked the price right up. So this is a whole thing where it's like, whoo, it is not working out the way some people had really hoped it was going to. That question about would it finally become a sub 50 card, it's been answered, and it's been answered hard. No, it's not. Wizards makes too much money from the card. They're going to drag this out as long as humanly possible to keep the money just rolling in. As a premium product, the variant here saying, hey, it's special, it's new, it's amazing, look at this amazing artwork. We're playing like the mask. Remember with Jim Carrey? It's the Loki mask. It's a different type of mask you get to have now. You get to slam it on there, and it's a really valuable card. And that's where it all ends right there. It's a valuable card. Wizards has no incentive to make it a common reprint yet. Cavern of Souls, a lot more common to draw than you'd think, which means that value is going to crash down. If you're looking for a Cavern of Souls, you'll save some money there. Just wait 90 days. But for this card, for the Mana Crypt, that rebound slap in the face you're feeling right now as I tell you this information, and you can deny it all you want, it doesn't matter if you deny it. It's happening. And it's not going to come back the way people think. And now it's left to the real question, when will it get reprinted next? And is that the time that it's going to get marked down? I'll tell you right now, it's not. And I'll be there to report on it when it happens. They're going to put it as a premium product every couple of years. The only chance this card has to really sink now is if, yes, it's a difficult version to get right now. Right now, inside of the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, it's difficult. Price is going to rebound. But there is a chance that they reprint this in Modern Horizons 3. There's a chance it's some kind of variant there as well to allow players to get access to it. There is that chance. Because it's mostly used in Commander nowadays, yeah, there's some vintage legacy stuff, but Commander being that casual format everyone loves to play, a lot of decks need it, so it has tons of value because, let's face it, people have more than one Commander deck. They don't want to switch cards out all the time. And players, if they see a deal for it, 120, 130, they're going to grab it. Wizards doesn't want to drop in that low right now. They're going to keep it expensive. This is like, it feels like deja vu. I didn't buy Mana Crypt last time, I think way back when it was printed in the mystery boxes. I didn't buy it back then either, because I expected to go a little bit lower. And this is twice I've been wrong about this card in the sense I didn't know how far down it would go or how long the gully and the value would last. I knew it would rebound. It's rebound each time because they make it only in specialty products, and they seem to make it a fairly difficult card to pull. They recognize the value. The face value a card like that holds for players who want to utilize it and actually play with it. Remember, that's not a card people are collecting to look at unless you get like the Kaladesh Invention version or maybe the original that you would send away for. Other than that, the people who are going after Mana Crypt, they want to play with it. They want to use it in a deck. And that means when a player sees it, they're more likely to try to go after it. They may try to crack a pack. They may try to, have a chance at trading in cards to get value to, buy that card or cash and trade in to keep the Magic economy moving. It's kind of a shocker. So let's finish this off by saying, when should you sell? When's the time? It's not now. The value is still kind of down. It's going to rebound, but it's going to take a while. And we already know the stock is kind of low on the card in a lot of local areas. I've seen it in some stores. And when I call them to check on how many they still had left in stock, none now. So smaller stores mostly sold out. Bigger stores, maybe one or two. Locally here in Toronto, one store still had some in stock. and they were only the Ixalan versions, because the cheaper ones they had from like the mystery box and stuff, those all sold already. Because remember, players want to play with them. They don't care if it costs more and fancy. They just want cheap but real. They don't want to proxy it. They want the real deal. They want the real deal to play with the card. So, if you wait about 4 months, I know it seems like a long time, but 4 months should see this full reallocation of value, and everything will harden up again on this card, which means it's going to retain a certain value level. Yes, you can undercut people right now and get some value out if you desperately need cash, but I still think you're best to wait, hold on to the card, let the value harden up, let the new firm bottom be found, and wait and see, because that still gives you tons of time before we see anything from Modern Horizons 3 that could cause the price to dip again. You have that kind of balance in between the two sets that's going to give you a chance to get out if you need cash, or stick it out. If you're going to play with the card, you should never get rid of it anyway. At least keep one copy around. As a guy who doesn't own one yet, I can see why people keep it. It's such an amazing piece. And of course, yes, the different artworks appeal to different players. So those will all have different assigned values based on their popularity. But always remember, people want to play with the card. So they don't care if it's the best version. They want the real version. Either way, awesome conversation. Awesome to see this happen, especially when I called it a couple of weeks ago. And seeing it all come around to be true, you're like, yeah, I kind of thought it was going to happen. But even though I knew the plot line, I wanted to stick around to the end and see how it's going to go. We won't really know, though, until about 2 weeks from now, how badly things go or how quickly it rebounds. So we'll be there to report on that. I'll be there to stick that to you when we know, as soon as we know, okay? Thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks for being here on the channel with me today. Mana Crypt Rebound, the Moxman misses again. I'm never going to own that card. It's crazy. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget, always bring a friend to Magic. I mean, it's the best game. And of course, guys, a big shout out and thank you to the amazing patrons of this channel who support each and every day. To my YouTube membership members, again, they're here to support the channel and allow for daily uploaded content. I can't wait to see you guys on the live stream this weekend. Have a great day. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. I'm glad you made it. You're the only ones, I know. But this is that I told you so moment where you feel totally vindicated and you're like, you knew it was going to happen. I called that it was going to happen. And now that it happened, I feel like I should flex. I'm right. They're wrong. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, it does feel that way sometimes, though, where you have that I'm the right moment. I got my nachos and cheese. I'm sitting on the sidelines going, yeah, I called this one pretty close. Wizards can be so predictable on how they do things. As long as you know the game plan of how they do it, you can always come out ahead. It's very interesting. You notice that we haven't seen Mox Amber as a regular reprint? I wonder why that is. Do they need to devalue that card? Nope. But they'd love to cash in again, which is why they'll put it in some retro frame 2-3 years from now, after the card creeps back up. Fascinating stuff, man. Crazy to see how it all pans out and how it works. But the idea that they control the Magic ecosystem of reprint cards to this degree that you can almost predict when it's going to happen is just hilarious. Now, the real telling signs for me, though, if they give us in Modern Horizons 3 any kind of specialty reprint of that card, that may actually kill the value. But if they give us one of that mana cycle cards like, what do you call it? Yavimaya Cradle of Growth or Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, if they give us another one of those cycles, you know the price on the air cards are going to spike. So if you don't own those cards, I would buy at least a couple of each, just in case you don't own any yet. I've got a play set of each, I'm good, but you may not have those yet. Get them while they're cheap. Maybe even the alt version of like Fangorn Forest, maybe something cool like that. Just keep it in mind. Crazy stuff. Either way, fascinating to see how many people thought it was going to crash sub 50. All those emails tell me I was wrong and, dude, it's going to be like a $60 card. No, it's not. It's actually hard to crack. Crazy. Anyway, have an awesome day. I'm going to go actually eat some nachos and cheese. And it's going to be really delicious because nobody else is home right now. They're all chilling like a villain. I got my dog here still cleaning his ears. I'm going to chill out with him, eat privately with nobody around, and just go, yeah, I'll wash the dishes too so there's no evidence. What? I'm allowed to. I deserve a moment. See you guys later.